Hello, I am so happy to have you here. For the next 15 minutes, I am going to show you how you can stop repeating the same patterns and find a match, a partner that ticks all of your boxes. I'm going to show you how to get on track with actions instead of just words. And, you see, if you're dating and you've lost the confidence in dating, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling frustrated, and you're feeling like you don't know what you're doing wrong, it's probably because you're suffering from the idea that dating has to be hard or that it's a numbers game. These are things I hear all the time, and it could not be further from the truth. See, it's actually not your fault because there's so much rubbish out there about all the rules and the shoulds in dating, and it actually takes away from your inner knowing. And your inner knowing is what is going to guide you on this path of knowing what to do in dating. But all the rules and rubbish out there take you away from that. So I want you to tune into you. So the full flight formula that I've designed is to help you move from feeling overwhelmed to finding a love that sets your soul on fire. How good does that sound? But before I reveal how this works, let me show you what I mean. So this is the start of the formula, and you can come in to this program at any stage in this. So you could start the inception, you could start the hatchling, you could start the full flight formula. You'll see what I mean as I go through. But the inception is you're dating all the wrong men. You kind of start to realize that you're repeating the same patterns over and over again. And you're frustrated at the process because you just don't know what you're doing wrong. You feel stuck, you don't know what's going wrong, and you're thinking, oh, what is happening? Why am I continuing to repeat these same patterns? The next stage is the egg. So you've realized that, but you're not ready to date yet. You're feeling like you want to take some time to work on you. You want to understand yourself a bit better. And you might at this stage be feeling overwhelmed, confused, unsure of what you want, and maybe a little bit burnt out from dating and hesitant to jump into it again because you maybe have had so many experiences that have given you a bad taste in your mouth or given you the ick, which is a word I'm saying over and over again now. And then we've got the hatching. So you are contemplating being ready to dip your toe into dating, but you don't know where to start, right? Maybe you haven't dated for a long time. Maybe dating looks very different to what it used to when you met your previous partner. Or maybe, online dating isn't working for you. So you just don't know where to start, and you might be feeling a little bit anxious or excited about the process. Next is the nestling. So you put yourself out there, you start going on dates, you become clear on what you want and who you are. And this stage is so fun because we get to work together on where, you putting the action into place of going on to dates, and then we get to see the patterns that are recurring again as well and do the work to shift them. And during this stage, you might take the time to assess if people are right for you, and you become really clear on what you will and won't settle for. And we really prevent dating burnout in this stage because we get you to put stuff into place like boundaries and communication, expressing your needs early on so that we find out if the person is for you or not for you early on. You don't need to spend 6-12 months going out with them to know that information. You can find that out really early on. To the fledgling. So you've met someone you really vibe with, and it's the early stages of dating with this person, but you feel like you're headed in the right direction with him. You feel like, something's different about this one. And this is, feeling really good. You're excited about the future. You're learning how to communicate. You're learning how to have productive conflict, how to assert boundaries, and all while being you. So this is really, really key because I get so many women who come to me and say, no one has ever really known me because they haven't allowed anyone to know them because they're scared they're going to push them away or that they won't like the real them. So this is with someone who really knows you and loves you. Onto the full flight formula when you're ready to get on your way, because you've been dating someone for a few months, it's getting serious, you're confident in yourself, you're confident in the relationship, and you are able to express your needs and wants and be supported and loved by your partner, and you feel loved, seen, and you feel safe. What a cool space to be in. And I've had so many women that have been there and have got there. Kim here is such a great example of that because she put the full flight formula into practice. So when we first started working together, she was dating men like, let's call him Steve, where she found that he was a little bit creepy, pushed her boundaries a bit, did things that didn't quite, she wasn't quite comfortable with, but she let things slide for quite a while because she thought, I'm getting attention. This guy likes me, should I just like them? There was all of this like feelings of shoulds, or that she felt like maybe is this the best that it gets? So do I settle here? And when we worked together, she then had a new ability to understand what she was looking for. She learnt boundaries, which are very, very important. And that put her on a path of finding love, which is really cool. Then I've got Georgia, who put the formula into practice to meet the man of her dreams. So she started working with me. She felt really anxious, really overwhelmed, and really throughout probably the first 3 to 6 months of dating, she was still really anxious. And it took a lot of working together to unpack that anxious attachment style that she had, because her partner was really securely attached. So he was never going anywhere with her, but it didn't mean that she wasn't worried about that. So before she met this guy, though, the anxiety and the worry meant that she sabotaged relationships that potentially were good for her, or the opposite, she ignored red flags and let things slide that she shouldn't. So, and this toxic behavior was happening. So some of the men she was dating were just real man-childs, and it just was not okay to where she was at in her stage of life. She had 2 kids, still got 2 kids, and she was a single mum to them. So she wanted a partner that was going to be in on that family with her. That was really, really important. Then she met this guy who ticked all of her boxes, who listened to her, who held her, who supported her. So beautiful. I think the last time she wrote out to me, it was their 2-year anniversary. So that was just really beautiful too. I love when people update me down the track about where they're at with their partner, because it just gives me, so otherwise I don't hear, everyone's gone on their full flight and I don't hear where they're at, but she's come back to me and let me know where she's at, which is amazing. So if you don't know who I am, I've been serving people like you for the past 5 years, and I have achieved amazing results for clients. I've hosted a ranking podcast, and I have a large amount of case studies with people that I work with all over the world, which is amazing because I love the different cultures and different people that I work with. I've helped women move past trauma and through the burnout and get into dating and love it. And I'm helping women who are just like you, looking to rediscover their spark, to cultivate this like unstoppable mindset with dating, where they know that they can get through it and meet someone amazing for them. Help them set clear boundaries, help them forge deeper communication, understand effective communication and conflict skills. And that lays down the foundations, the real base foundations for successful relationships. So I want to share a little story with some of you today. So I met my now husband when I was 17 years old, and it would be really nice to say that over the time that we've been together, and I'm now 40, that it's been smooth sailing, but it hasn't. It's been a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of love and poured into that relationship. When we met, I was really anxiously attached. And he was avoidantly attached. And if you know anything about attachment styles, they're probably the 2 attachment styles that kind of repel each other in a way. And it had an impact on our relationship. We had really fiery conflict. We weren't always nice to each other. We pushed each other away. And we were definitely not our best selves. And probably we're very far from that space where we were then, but I need you to know that we have been there, and we did the work to get to where we are now. So before we did the work individually and together, the conflict was super fiery, and it caused damage to our relationship that kind of took a lot of time to undo, which is why I work with women before that stage, so you can have a relationship that doesn't have to go through these stages. So in between the time when we met and when we got married, we did a lot of work on ourselves, a lot of work on as a couple. And we spent over tens of thousands of dollars on working on ourselves individually and as a couple. And it's really important because relationships are like the cornerstone to life. So I think they're the best investment you can ever make is working on yourself and your relationships. And we now have a beautiful little 4-year-old boy together. And our relationship is far from perfect, but it's solid. It is a solid relationship where I know that we can kind of weather any storm, we can go through anything together, and we'll be okay. So the full flight formula is designed to get you from the pain of dating all of the wrong men and repeating those same patterns over and over again to phenomenal communication, healthy boundaries, deeper physical and emotional intimacy, strong trust and aligned goals and support with a new partner. Now, the full flight formula is designed it's bound to help you succeed, but only for certain people that match these qualities. And this is really, really important. Just going to move my little head to the middle. So this program is for you if you're feeling burnt out from the dating scene and you just don't know what to do next. If you keep attracting the same partners and you end up on the same dates and you just don't know what to do differently. If you feel like you've done all of the work, people say to me, I've done everything. I've read all the books. I've had a therapist. I've done all the journaling and you're still not getting the results that you want. If you feel like it's never going to happen for you because everyone around you appears to be getting loved up and in relationships, happily married with kids, and you're the one kind of left on the outer. If it feels too hard for you, if you feel like, again, that feeling of stuckness that you just don't know what to do differently, and if you feel like those past traumas could be holding you back, whether that is, past childhood stuff, or you've been cheated on or ghosted, or you had an abusive ex or anything like that, things can change, patterns can change. It doesn't have to stay the same like this. But this is not for you if you want a quick fix. It's not, if you want a band-aid approach, this is not the program for you because this takes work. And, it's like when I say when women start dating and they have this facade on around who they are, that will never work because you can only keep up the facade for so long. So the band-aid will fall off. So this is not for you if you're wanting a band-aid fix or a quick fix. If you're not ready to dig deep, it's not for you. If you're not coachable, it's not for you. If you're not ready to invest in yourself financially, definitely not for you. If you're not ready to take full responsibility, it's not for you. And if you just want advice, if you just want to sit there and have me spill advice at you, it's not for you because you're an active participant in this process because we're changing your life, right? This is what's really important. I've invested so much money in myself and my relationships, and each time I've gained a huge return on that investment. And every time I invest in myself, it was a risk. Let me tell you, most of the time I was scared, but it was worth it because it made change in my life and it meant that it's where I am now. So be ready to show up to our call, being ready to invest in yourself. And if you're not, then this is not for you. So this is what the program is based upon. So it's based upon the full flight formula, but the program, the Love Unlocked Academy, the Love Unlocked program is this. So it starts with your soul alignment, right? Where, so many women come to me and they're mentally ready to attract this amazing relationship, but they're stuck in their own way. And so the first thing we focus on is soul alignment to uncover those patterns. Let's work on why you're repeating those patterns over and over again, and there will be a reason. And the amazing way that my brain works is that I can see these patterns. You can talk to me and tell me about all your past relationships and I can see the pattern that's happening here. And so it might be something that you're not picking up that I can pick up for you. And that's really important because if we don't pick up the patterns, you sabotage the relationship in some way. So it could be a really unconscious need that hasn't been met. And so if we don't work on why these patterns are happening, the pattern gets repeated. Next, we work on your compass. And that's to make sure that when you go on a date with someone, the second that you meet them or that you have a conversation with them, you know if they're for you or not for you. We know early on, right? I don't need you to go on 13 dates to know. You'll know by at least the third date if they're for you. And And that's just because the first and second dates can be really nerve-wracking. So sometimes you don't know, and it might be a maybe. But if it's a no, if it's a hell no, it's a hell no. Sound good? So after we've done all of that and you are ready to get out there and practice and play, that's when you embody the work. So you're feeling confident AF and you're ready to go out there. And I'm also going to be there for you whenever you need. So you're out there absolutely doing all the stuff, dating everything, but I'm there to support you to, like, if you've got I say to my clients, like, after a date, message me, tell me how it went. Like, let's reflect on the date at the time. And because when you've done all of these things, it's such an incredible feeling to know where you're headed, to know what you want, to know how to get there. Like, such a phenomenal feeling. So this is Kate and Maddie. So when I first met Kate, she was really unsure of what she wanted in a partner. She was really lacking self-worth and self-love. And we worked through these subconscious blocks that were happening for her. And she got clear on what she wanted, which resulted in some really amazing men coming into her life. Amazing people are coming into her life. So she said, having you support me for the last 14 months in navigating all the different situations I found myself in was the best thing about working with you. You know exactly what to say to provide comfort and support when needed. And Maddie had a lot of men who were treating her like rubbish, and she was accepting the behavior from these men, which was way less than what she deserved. And we worked on her boundaries and in turn her self-worth, which led her to find an incredible partner, which she just moved in with. She said, you've helped me a great deal in setting boundaries and standards and having the courage to voice what I want in a relationship, and most importantly, what I don't want, which is so important. So the Love Unlocked program will help you get crystal clear on what you want in your next partner. It will help you remove blockages from love. It will help you radiate your most authentic self, feel excited when it comes to your dating life, master communication in dating, develop a clear path to the life you truly want, and experience deeper, fulfilling emotional and physical intimacy. This is just one example of how clear it can be. I cannot thank you enough for helping me this year. I don't think I would have found my way into a healthy relationship without you. It was hard picking good men, but after we wrote down that list, everything changed. So now is the time to unlock the love that you've always dreamed of. If you're done with like the frustration, the dating, the repeating the same patterns, and you're ready to have love and set your soul on fire and know what you want and get that for yourself, then this is your chance. I am a one-woman show and I only have a small amount of openings each month. So if you don't take action now, that's fine, but you'll stay stuck. And that's the harsh truth, because I see it over and over again. People come to me, don't book in, and then months later they're back because nothing has changed. Because if you don't change anything, nothing changes. And I'm here to tell you that truth because people are probably too afraid to tell you that truth. And you have my promise, my absolute promise, that I will go all in on you. If you go all in on you, I'm with you. And I just need you to take the first step. So if that sounds interesting to you, I want to offer you something pretty special. But I have to warn you, because this is only for the first 50 people that watch this video. And what I want to offer you right now, if you're interested in exploring this potential with me, is a free 45-minute call with me, because considering all the framework that we went through in this video, your situation's probably still unique and you probably still have questions for me about you and what to do next for you. And I want to offer you a free, no obligation dating clarity call with me via Zoom. So just click the button below to claim your spot. Once you click the button below, you'll be immediately redirected to a page where my calendar is, and you can select a day and a time that works for you. And I just want you to be quick and take action, because if you don't, 1, you're staying stuck, and 2, the spots will run out. Because remember, it is me. I am the one-woman team, and so I have limited amount of time. So if there's something available, click it. Claim it, go take your spot, go now.